So today is going to be more about opening up a thread than it will be about tying any major threads up. But I want to talk about accidental entrepreneurs. And what I mean by that is that a lot of things we've seen in the past decade, at least among certainly peer circles, communities I've reached into, I see a lot of people who, one thing leads to another. They either need some extra cash, so they try doing some freelance on the side. In some cases, people will get laid off, often at no fault of theirs. It's not like they just got fired. It's like their entire division or company or branch or whatever got swept away by the changing tides of time. Top level strategy decisions. We no longer support this console. We no longer support that IP license. We didn't renew it for that film or whatever. And so then they'll on the side just decide to try doing some consulting independently. Or oftentimes what happens, right, is because of the way the modern internet works, we can just try putting a game on the App Store, sticking some up on Steam. We can try just selling something kind of semi-directly, or even just an ebook up on Amazon. And then soon enough, someone realizes, wait a minute, if I'm making these things and that's my work, then I could probably also do some sort of maybe tax deductions related to it. By the way, not a CPA, not saying you can or can't do certain deductions, but I'm saying it's a question that comes up. Suddenly they begin to realize there's all kinds of either filings they might need to do with their city, their state, the federal government. Probably have to either do a DBA at the minimum, maybe have to even register a business name properly. They might have to consider a trademark, depending on, again, not a lawyer either, but it's a question that comes up. Start to deal with and explore the possibility of quarterly estimated tax payments and other kinds of just issues that arise between them and either City Hall or regulators or the community around them, that before, when they were in a bigger company environment, someone else's job was to worry about that. And again, it's not even like they're not thinking of it as, oh, I'm starting a company. They're not trying to be a startup. They're not trying to grow a business with employees or anything. They're just experimenting with selling a thing, which might be their services, might be a specific good or goods that they've built. But in the process, they have essentially, in the eyes of the government, started a business. And all these kind of issues blindside people in terms of just catching them off guard, in terms of just not being expected at the outset. And sometimes those surprises can be expensive. Sometimes they can be a hassle. Sometimes there can be more severe penalties if too much time passes without them being aware of it. And so I'm sort of increasingly seeing a need for trying to help people who have basically stumbled into having started a business. And now what? Because we were not prepared for this. Kind of the angle I'm trying to find a way to bring at this is that I remember when I was in school, right, we'd have business majors who would take like a programming for non-programming majors kind of class, right? Or there's like writing for non-writing majors class. And so I think the angle I've been really thinking about is how to help prepare just some material, some messages, some other kind of stuff around business for non-business people. And again, it's kind of a theme that's recurred in a lot of times when I was working with beginning indie developers who they're not trying to be business people or entrepreneurs, but in the process of if they're selling a product somewhere, and at the end of the day, that's what it is. If they're putting on a market and charging a price for it, there's just these factors that come up and considerations that it's not even like you can try to advise on the specific details, but even just knowing sometimes the jargon, what to look out for, when or if or how to possibly engage different kinds of experts who can help you in certain areas. I've just increasingly realized there is harm happening to people from lack of awareness in these areas, and so eager to figure out what I might be able to do to try to help out and help people not get caught flat-footed on it or caught off guard. So anyway, that's it for today. I'd be curious to hear in the comments if you have accidentally started a business. How did you accidentally stumble into it? What kind of business were you doing? And even if it's just one or two things you've learned along the way, hopefully some of the value in today's video could be people beginning to share some of their learnings, their messages of, wish I would have known sooner, didn't recognize till my second time around or whatever. Something that you realize, could save someone else a little bit of effort, energy, or time lost if they heard it a little bit sooner. So that's it for the day. I got to hop for a call, but thanks for following along. I'm going to video for y'all tomorrow. Bye for now.